What's up, YouTube? It's Jay Millionaire here with a couple of things to review. My latest Supreme pickups or come in from the mail or whatever. As you can see from the description as well as right here, it's an Everlast branding, which of course last week or the week before that, they dropped some Everlast stuff, of course being the mat as well as the Robe, and of course I caught both, so we'll get into a little review of those. As you can see, it's a big ass box on my table. And if you're up on this or care about this or know, whatever, it came in this Everlast box with Everlast branding everywhere, the stickers, and of course mine luckily was, I guess, ripped up when it came. I think that's the only damage on the box itself. So I guess it's not too bad, and it's pretty intact. Well, I guess right here is a little damage, but not too bad. So basically the only damage, only damage would be right here. And of course some of the red is showing, and it does have a little bit of a crinkle, but of course it's meant to be laid on. So I'm gonna open this up and see how, hopefully it wasn't damaged at all. That one right here, but that's not a big deal. All right, let's see. This is the actual mat when it's taken out of the box. Of course it has this big cardboard box in here that shows folding exercise mat, Supreme Everlast, 5/8 bonded foam for extra comfort, folds, easy storage with the handles, blah, blah, blah. So of course it's taken out and it looks pretty good so far. Got the Everlast kind of satin patch stitched on, which is a nice touch. And of course the letters themselves are printed on. Yeah, they gotta be printed because this is a different material. It's more smooth versus this. It actually feels like a paint. So this is when it's in the box. I'm gonna go and pop this out because, like I said, I'm actually gonna use this. So let's get the mat opened up. As you can see, it is the Supreme printed on the actual mat, and as you see right there, it's propped up, so it is really flexible. On this side, like I said, the S or the Supreme is actually painted on, because versus this material, it's actually, you can feel that it's painted. Hopefully it'll stay on after wear, but just like a lot of other Supreme items that are printed on regular items, I don't think it probably will. So hopefully it will, but I'm not that hopeful for it. So Supreme trademark, Everlast stitched in, and of course on the top it does have these handles so that when you do close it up, you can actually carry it away. That's pretty much it. On the other side, there's nothing else on there. It's just basically a red mat, and that is the mat. So let me go ahead and lift this off, put this over here on the ground where it belongs, and then of course the next item. And I already opened it because I was curious, and it's not even for me, so I was just really overzealous for no reason. But it is for my girl, and of course. Okay, so I got these in the same, just a little story. So I got these in the same order. So I got the Robe and the mat and checked out all together in one item. And basically they came with one tracking number, one order number. Basically it should have came like that, right? So then basically I guess because there's two boxes, one's bigger and this is small, it came in a bag. It had two tracking numbers. They were supposed to come on different days, but they didn't come the same day. Just a little story. So I already opened this. It's just basically a small bag. Style says style, SS for small, leopard. And of course, Everlast. Onto the actual robe itself, it comes with the black tie around the waist, of course. Satin, real fancy like. And then onto the actual robe. And this is pretty, I would say, interesting when I actually have it in hand. One, for small, it's pretty big. Of course I can't fit it, but it's pretty oversized, which I guess that's the theme. It's a boxing robe. Another thing is, since it's satin, I thought it was gonna be really lightweight and thin, but it is pretty thick and heavy. I mean, not overly heavy, but it's pretty heavy. So as you can see, it's just like any other, if you go on the Everlast website, Amazon, you can see all the robes. They're basically exactly like this, except for a couple things. Of course, the print itself, they don't have the leopard or the actual Supreme red. They have basic ones, but of course you can probably send something similar like that, but it won't be this kind of, I guess, look. So Everlast stitched in there. Of course, the leopard print all over, literally all over. Everlast on the shoulder, and then Everlast on the other shoulder. Of course, it's hooded robe, and on the top it has that world famous stitched on the top. Focus, dope, black trim, and leopard everywhere. So in the inside there is this white portion, and it is a firmer material. Of course, on the back, just in case you see through the back, it is leopard, which is a good touch. That is the front. Onto the more iconic portion of the actual robe is the back. Of course, satin throughout the robe and leopard on it. And then, of course, in the back, it has white satin letters stitched on. Pretty nice. Supreme all the way down the back. And, of course, Everlast on the back. Of course, they have the little tabs right here for the robe. And it's actually not, like I said, I thought satin was going to be a thin, super flimsy, can rip easily. This is actually pretty thick material. It's like a, if you think satin or silk, it's pretty much like 4 or 5 times thicker than the average silk that you feel. And it may be because the back has this material that is actually woven on, kind of like a nylon material underneath it. And that probably gives it some structure. But yeah, so it's not gonna rip really easily, and it's not really thin. It's kind of a lightweight. So I guess this is, I guess serves its purpose. You wear it before you go to a boxing match or whatever the hell you do with these. Of course, this is just gonna lounge around for my bae, my girl. It's a small leopard, not my style, but it will be for her. So recap again, leopard robe sold out online. I think the small size is sold out really fast. The red first, but this one was second. It was like 3 to 5 seconds. Correct me if I'm wrong. So that's really fast. And then of course the matte sold out pretty fast too. And the funny thing about those, and I actually wanted one, and I actually caught another one because the resale on those are pretty much retail. People thought they were going to go for a lot, and luckily they aren't. So if you are in the market for looking for one, then you can get one pretty close to retail, which is dope. So yeah, Everlast, greatness is within. 100% polyester. Actually, they said satin, but I guess it's polyester. And that's pretty much it. So yeah, rate, comment, subscribe. Remember, world famous, and then the Everlast mat on the ground. So let me know what you got on this drop. It was pretty tough getting these. These were flying for resale for over 500, especially the reds or even more. But of course, they're going a little down because the hype is dying. Like I said, I'm not selling it, so I don't really care. But it is what it is. All right, peace out, y'all.